Hello, Instagram friends and family. Sahira logging in here for our weekly 30 to Thrive. I'm super excited to be here as always, as this is a highlight of my quarantined day, the opportunity to connect with all of you beautiful people. Hello, Belly Dance, shout out, good to see you. This is a great opportunity for us to kind of get together, to connect, to share inspiration, some concrete ideas for bringing joy into our life, and then, of course, to belly dance, because that is all what we love best. Hello, good to see you. Hi, Jeru. Hi, Sunka. Very good to see you too. Hey, awesome. I'm so glad that you signed in. Makes me wish I was deciding to do Zills today. Maybe I'll have to do Zills next week if you plan to come back, because you are a Zill goddess and I love it. I love that you're here. So I'm excited that y'all are here. As you log in and get comfy, let me know where you are logging in from. And I'm always curious to know, what's the state of affairs where you are at right now. Here in Houston, it's very odd. Like, I actually been having several conversations with friends and family. I feel like I'm living in a bubble. Like, this is week 10 of quarantine for me and my family, most of it mandatory, but a lot of it not. And it seems like life is kind of getting back to normal on the outside, but I have to weigh in my 2 cents here. I'm married to a statistician who is running numbers of COVID-19 infections for the medical community here in Houston, and our numbers just keep going up. Yet I see all my friends out there, not all my friends, but I see people out there going to brunch and snapping pictures with friends, and I'm feeling a little awkward. And I said, am I living with my head in the hole or something? Like, what's going on? We are still quarantining. I think things are still on the rise up there here in Houston, and I pray for all of you out there in Houston and those of you not in Houston that you're staying safe. I know that cabin fever has started to set in. I know that people are starting to feel antsy, but I plead with you, I never have meant better safe than sorry more in my entire life. And for the number of times I've said, well, it's not really a life and death situation. Now it is. Yes? So please stay inside. Please stay safe. And please keep connecting in all the fabulous ways that we can connect here virtually, because this is going to be what is needed to help us get back to as much of a normal as we possibly can without serious repercussions. Yeah. Hi, Zaina. Good to see you. Hi, Wahid. I'm so glad that you all are logging in. So, that being said, let's talk about some awesome opportunities for connection online. I'm really excited to say that this past weekend was perhaps one of my most normal weekends in quarantine yet. I actually danced for 8 hours this weekend, including a showcase for my students on Saturday night. I had planned to host the fabulous Kareem Nagy here in Houston. We planned it back in January before the world blew up, and we decided to continue and move the whole thing online to Zoom, and he gave 8 hours of workshops Saturday and Sunday, and it was so good. It felt so good to dance. Those of you who are dancers, and I know a lot of you who have logged in are dancers, post in the chat, have you had the opportunity to dance more or less than prior to quarantine, now that you are in quarantine? I feel like for me, not only because dance is sort of my salvation, so I choose to dance more, the opportunities to study and to participate and to join live or recorded classes with so many people has exploded out there. And so I feel like I may actually be dancing more now than I was 10 weeks ago. So if you're a dancer, let me know. Are you dancing more now, less now? No judgment. I'm just curious, because this weekend was awesome. Dancing 8 hours and then getting to perform with my students. We moved our student showcase online to Zoom, and it was kind of miraculous. Impossible to dance ATS with your girls. I get it. You know what? Interestingly enough, Zunka, that's what I've been teaching my intermediate dancers for the last 3 months in preparation for our student night, which happened on Saturday. They're the first of hopefully maybe a couple, because I plan to do it again when we can get on a stage together soon. And we actually did some tribal, we did some lead and follow improvisational tribal. In the end, I led everything, because while we've figured out how to get other people to lead during class, I spotlight other people, they turn around, we all follow them, and it's been a lot of fun. For the performance itself, there was no easy way to easily change lead. So we didn't change lead, but we all danced together improvisationally, and it was kind of magical, because then it was broadcast over Zoom as like, I don't know, 12 or 15 little squares of dancers doing the same thing at the same time. And people all over the world, our friends and family all over, were able to tune in. And it was sort of magical. And so while definitely in person is always going to be the gold standard for practice and performance for sure, I was very surprised to find how much benefit and how much good there was in this online format, and several things we did in the online format that actually like could not possibly be done in a real situation. I had so much family tune in who never get to come and see me perform live. And so it felt really good. And I've decided, and I throw this out there to those of you who participate and perform in haflas and events all the time, I've decided that my next student night that happens on a stage here in Houston, I am going to have somebody on the side of the stage with a computer, broadcasting it all on Zoom so that my students, friends and family, we had people from all over the US and even in South America tune in because they were friends and family of my students who had never gotten to see them dance before. So that was pretty magical. So yeah, like give it a try. Like while it's not the same as being there in person, I had the chance to dance with my girls this weekend and do improv and do choreography with some other people, but we did it. And it felt like home. It was funny, it was weird, it was different, but it was so worthwhile. Definitely fewer performance gigs. I'm curious, Zaina, do you have any performance gigs happening yet? None of our venues here in Houston have called us to come back, even though restaurants are open. And I will admit, I have not called them to check to see when they want us back because I'm not comfortable asking any of my dancers in my company to go back yet. I feel like it's too soon. I feel like we're still on the uprise and I would hate to put anybody in danger. And so we haven't done any of that, but I have already thought definitely about the like, you know, if you put on your surgical mask and then put on your little I Dream of Jeannie face veil over the top of it, which normally I scoff at, but perhaps it could be the post-COVID look for our performances. So yeah, no dancing yet. Neither. And I feel like for here in Houston anyway, it's definitely the best idea for this time. Yeah. So very interesting. So I just wanted to throw it out there that I felt like this weekend was a magical moment for intense connection and dance online, unlike any I had experienced so far in my 10 weeks of quarantine. And I had an amazing time. And the spirits of my students were lifted, and everybody is all abuzz now and feeling really good about themselves and about the situation because we found that there was a way to still get that anticipation of performance and to get that love of sharing the dance with other people. Yeah, only dancing with the veil on the face. Exactly. You gotta, I mean, it's every like Orientalist, thing, right? Is the face veil. So now it might actually serve a purpose as well, right? So I guess you gotta take it and run with it. So today we are talking about concrete ways to find more joy and more thrive in our lives, right? And we've talked about a lot of things because this is going on, I think week 8 of these, 6, 7, 8, I've lost track. But last week we talked about gratitude, and I challenged you to gratitude journal for the week. Every day, every other day, whenever you thought about it, but to start a practice. And I love what you all did. Thank you so much for participating in this. It brought me joy to read. It brought me gratitude to read. And it made me feel like I was sort of surrounded by a bunch of friends who were doing this exercise alongside me, encouraging me to do it and inspiring me along the way. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to try my best to continue with that practice. For those of you who started, I hope perhaps you will continue as well if you found that it brought joy to your life. I know several of you who are logged in now did participate, and I'd be curious, post in the chat if you found that they brought you that actually like writing down your gratitude increased your sense of happiness, joy, and gratitude along the way. Yes, Zaina, it did. Actually, yeah. So for me too, like thinking about it and writing it down, one sort of solidified those ideas and made them more concrete and real. And then they also made me focus more on looking for those moments of gratitude in my life, right? I thought, well, if I can find that gratitude, if I'm looking for it, I'm going to be more apt to find it, and I'm going to see opportunities for gratitude all throughout my day that I might have otherwise missed if I was not purposefully looking for it, right? Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. I'm so glad that you all found some utility in it, because I think that it's a very concrete, very easy practice that over time just continually ramps up the level of gratitude in your life. And there is no reason to not do that. Yes, it helps you focus on the good things while surrounded by the suck. Yes, Jiru, absolutely. That is the best way to think about it, because there is a lot of suck happening right now, and we can focus on that. What is wrong is always available, but so is what is right. And that is my struggle some days, because it's very easy to focus on the wrong because it's being thrown at you from every angle, right? So I have turned off the news, I have turned off the TV, I have opened my gratitude journal, and I have changed my focus. And I'm so glad that some of you joined me for that, and I hope you'll continue to do it. So I'm gonna try my best to continue. I will continue to post here if you guys will keep me honest. Anybody with me? Anybody with me to do it a bit more? It's not an assignment, it's not required, it doesn't have to be every day, but I think those little moments of searching for that gratitude are so positive. So I would love for you all to continue, and I will try my best. If you do it, I'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it together. So yay, excellent. Yay, Vanessa, that's fantastic. Let's do it. Today, I want to move on to another concept. And these concepts I have learned from the UC Berkeley Greater Good Science Center. I took their Science of Happiness course like 6 years ago on edX. It's actually fantastic, and it's totally free. So if anyone is interested, I'll try to remember to post a link to it. But it's the UC Berkeley Greater Good Science Center, and they're on edX with a Science of Happiness course that is brilliant. And so these ideas have come from that. What we're talking about today is the idea of awe and wonder. AWE, not AWW. Yeah, awe and wonder. If we can really look at life with a sense of wonder, we will often be amazed by the beauty, and we will stop being so focused on the suck, right? On the negative, right? So often when we talk about the idea of finding awe and wonder, we talk about going out into nature, seeing a grand vista, seeing a mountain, seeing a beautiful ocean, and really sitting back, removing, all of the busy thoughts in our head and thinking, oh my God, what a beautiful planet we live on. Oh my gosh, the awe that hits me every once in a while, and it's usually random when this happens. And tell me if this has ever happened to you. I suddenly realize, I am alive and a cognizant being that has control over a body with this brain attached, where I get to go through my life, make decisions, and create a world for myself, right? And when I think about, just take a second. I don't know when's the last time you thought about this, that we are this amazing machine that we don't even completely understand, that we have massive control over our thoughts, our actions, our body, what it does, training ourselves to dance, learning new positivity. Paused. Oh no, reconnecting. What's going on? Okay, sorry, I think I paused there for a second. I was so amazed and awed that I stopped my phone from working. But thinking about what we have, what a beautiful tool we have been gifted with, and just imagining how this darn thing works totally blows my mind on a semi-regular basis. So that's one of my favorite, maybe it's like an awe or wonder meditation, where I just sort of step back and think, what an amazing thing this is. I'm not saying that what an amazing person I am. I'm just saying what an amazing thing we are. We are each a miracle. Yes, we are each a miracle. And it's so easy to forget that when I'm gotta wash the dishes. I better, figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. And I'm just so freaking tired. When am I ever going to get to my emails, right? You can get easily bogged down in the humdrum of life, which is where I have honestly been for a couple of weeks now, where I'm gotta do this, living by my to-do list. And then I look at my 6-year-old learning to read, and I am blown away, right? I'm so amazed by the human brain, by the miracle of life, by our capacity to learn, by our capacity for love and gratitude and empathy and kindness and good. We are equipped with everything we need, right? All you need is within you now, and it's miraculous when you realize it. So that's one of my favorite awe and wonder moments. Another one that I love, before I was an engineer and a chemist, I actually wanted to be an astronomer, and I sucked at physics, so I switched. But what I still love to do is contemplate our place in the universe, right? That we are like a tiny little ant that lives on a tiny little speck of like our planet, that is a tiny little speck in our solar system, that is a really small speck in our universe, which is like invisible when you start to span out to like the greater cluster of universes that we live within. And there are moments when I've seen, there's a great graphic online too that literally will take you from like where you live and then just expand and expand and expand and expand and expand. And pretty soon you've lost where you are, because we are like almost a nothing in the universe, right? So this does two things for me. One, gives me a gigantic sense of wonder and awe for all there is out there that we do not know and we do not understand and we will never experience. And it minimizes my problems, right? Because if I'm a tiny speck on a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck, like how bad can my problem really be? At the same time, like on the converse side of that same coin, like my experience is my everything in some ways, right? So everything is important, but in the end, like nothing is really that big of a deal. So if you can let that one rattle around in your brain a little bit, you can do that. Yes, Pale Blue Dot. Exactly. I've read, there's a book actually written that has by the same title, Pale Blue Dot, and I have read it and it is phenomenal. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And so yeah, Pale Blue Dot on YouTube, or grab the book. Really interesting to just conceptualize this. And so sometimes for me, that's the massive step back I have to take when I find that I'm worried about when I'm going to get to my email or what I'm going to cook for dinner tonight. Both of which are things I have freaked out about in the last week, right? How stupid is that? But I bet, raise your hand, give me a little heart, if you have too freaked out about something in the last week as important as checking your email or making dinner. I mean, I guess eating is important, but like what you're going to make for dinner is not the end of the world. But sometimes when you're stuck in the house, perhaps it feels like it is. Hi, Rebecca. So awe and wonder. Yes, thank you. Good. I'm so glad that I'm not alone in my like random freakouts, right? That are totally unwarranted, but happen anyway, right? So that is my charge, my quest, my request, my gift to you this week. It's not a formal assignment, but I would love if you would share, if you find a moment of awe and wonder in your day, would you post it? Yeah, would you be willing to post it on your timeline? Maybe it's a picture. Some of you posted the most gorgeous pictures this week. And they brought me joy, right? They brought me joy and gratitude. So if you find a moment of awe and wonder in your day, that suddenly I feel like I get sucked right out of like my current pigeonholed reality where I have my blinders on and I'm focused on this one little problem or this issue in my life. And all of a sudden I see the universe from that viewpoint of the pale blue dot, a million, billion, trillion miles away. And I'm like, I'm breathless and speechless for a moment, right? And I can let go of whatever it was that was bothering me in that moment and realize how much more there is to life than this, right? So I'd love to share that with you. I will search for those moments of awe, as we found last week when we were searching for gratitude, that searching for it makes them appear more. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So let's search for awe. Let's search for wonder. That way we find more of it. That way we can experience more of it. That way we see even more and we spiral upward together, rising up out of the muck, out of the mire, out of the suck, right? To make things better for us all. Because as we rise, we take those around us with us. And that's a beautiful thing, yeah? So that's my pep talk for today, which means we're going to dance. And then after we dance, I'm going to announce the winners of our gratitude challenge. I just couldn't pick one this time, so I picked two. The winners of our gratitude challenge. Thank you to everyone who posted your gratitude this week. It was really beautiful to see. And what I loved is that it was simple stuff. Like nobody won the lottery. Nobody was gifted a new car. Like it was all like my morning cup of coffee. this flower, my health, which is not a small thing, but it's something we often take for granted, right? And I find that that's my gratitude these days as well. Like nothing uber exciting is happening very often, except for this big thing I did with my students this weekend, which was pretty awesome. It's all, fairly mundane, but if we cannot find the gratitude and the joy in those little things, we've kind of lost the point. Yeah. So I appreciate all of your posts. I appreciate all of your gratitude. I am grateful for your gratitude. Is that redundant? I'm grateful for your gratitude. So we are going to dance because that is what I love to do. Today, we're just going to do a fun little, I use it as a warm-up exercise. It runs through all of our basic belly dance isolations. If you would like to take it and make it a shimmy drill, we can layer a hip shimmy on all of it, which is also very fun. So find a space. You don't need very much space. And what we are going to do, shimmy or not, totally up to you, we're going to run through, those of you who are my students, you'll know this drill because I use it a lot, and I just like it because it takes me through my basic isolations, helps me to sort of solidify those and remember those in my body, which is such a good thing. So we are going to go from hip slides to hip twists. We will do hip up and downs, and then we'll do pelvic tuck and releases. Those will be our 4 movements on the lower body. On the upper body, we'll do chest slides, we'll do up and down, we'll do shoulder pushes, and then we'll do chest forward and back. So that will be our upper body movements. On each of these, we're gonna do 4 slow and 7 fast, which will effectively set us up to then do 4 slow and 7 fast with the downbeat on the other side. And I'll just talk you through all of this. If you would like, you can do a shimmy on top of this, as you layer it all, yeah? So totally up to you if you would like to add that shimmy in. So I will talk you through it all, and we will put it on with some music now. All right, here we go. The music today that we are using, I have gotten permission to use from the fabulous Bahia in Austin, Texas. This is actually a really great album if you are a teacher, especially. Ya Bahia Volume 2. It's a belly dance training companion, and it's lots of really cool like looped music from her first album that's perfect for drilling. So I will also remember, and if I forget, tell me to post a link to that as well. So if you want to pick it up, you can. All right, so let's get this going. Here we go. We're going to start with a slide. So we're doing a slide for 4. Then we'll do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll do 7. So you see the pattern. Now we're going to twist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 7. Good. Other side. Make these nice and clean and big. Here's 7. Good. Ups are a little different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and shimmy. Yes. Now other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and shimmy. Excellent. Pelvic tuck and release. We're doing tuck, release, tuck, release. Here's 7. You're going to hold it here with the tuck, then we're going to go release and tuck, release and tuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the whole thing again. Add that shimmy if you would like. 4 slow, 7 fast. Here's 7. Good, other side. Try to keep that shimmy nice and relaxed. Keep breathing. Here's 7. Good, now we're going up and down. These are a little funny. And now you're shimmying on top of a shimmy, which I think is just a shimmy. Yeah? Other side, we're going up, 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 and shimmy. We'll do the twists next, yeah? Keeping that shimmy going. Here we go. It's front and front, front and front. Then we're doing 7. Good. Hold here. Other side. Don't forget to breathe. Here's 7. One last move. Pelvic tuck release. A little tricky because you have to bend those knees to tuck, which changes your shimmy a little bit. Here's 7. Other side, take it back and front. Back and front. Here's 7. Good, take a deep breath up. Take it over and down, just release it all for a second and slowly roll it up. Now we're gonna do the upper body. Here we go, chest slide. Here's 7. Other side. Good, keep breathing. Smiling helps, yeah, lift and drop. Up and down, good. Up and down, here's 7. Relax the chin, relax the neck, and down and up. Down and up, here's 7. Nice, shoulders, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and shimmy. Other side. And shimmy. Bravo, looking good. Chest forward and back, front and back. Here's 7. Hold it front, take it to the back, and front, and back, and front. Here's 7. Now we're gonna do the whole thing with a hip shimmy if you would like. So, oh, that's hip, that was my chest. And side, and side. Here's 7. Other side. Good, here we go. Let's lift, drop. Lift, drop. Keep that pelvis tucked. Good, last one, we'll take it down and up, down and up. Finish it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe. I could tell it was amazing. I could just tell. It is fun, isn't it, Jordan? I love it. I don't know. I use that at the beginning of most of my classes because I feel like it's just an easy, quick way to warm up all of your basic isolations, and it's fun. It's fun. Hey, Zaina, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It's fun. It's simple, but it's good. And for teachers, like, grab that and use it in your class, because I find, especially for my beginners who pop in and out of class a lot, that's a way to sort of get everybody on a level playing field at the beginning of class, because the way I imagine belly dance works is it's all building blocks, right? Those are like the 8 basic isolations that almost everything we do is drawn upon. Of course, there's more advanced variations, but almost everything we do is a combination of a couple of those. So if you get everybody on the same page and they're good with those, combining them to make more complex movements is just going to be easier in the long run. Yeah, that's the engineer in me teaching belly dance. Cool, thank you guys. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. That's awesome. So before we leave, I want to remind you that this week we are focusing on awe and wonder. You can't do the chest back and forth. Not yet. You cannot do it yet. Just need to practice. That's all. Just need to practice. Yep. Awe and wonder is our theme for the week. Though, please keep your gratitude journal entries coming, because that was beautiful. I loved it. I need more gratitude in my life. Wendy, you did it from your cubicle. You're such a rock star. That's awesome. I'm sure you had a few people who were like, what's going on over there? So awe and wonder. Look for that awe and wonder in your life this week and post it if you can share it, because sometimes we forget where awe and wonder lives when we become too mired in the suck. Yeah, we forget about it. And sometimes just having someone remind us makes us step back and say, oh yeah, actually that is really cool and I totally forgot about it. So I thank you in advance for reminding me of the things in life that I should wonder at, that I have just begun fretting about, right? So thank you so much. And so before we go, let me tell you, I've got 2 winners of our gratitude challenge. Thank you everyone who participated. Your entries were heartfelt and authentic and beautiful. So I'm going to give a month of my Rhinestone subscription, unlimited access to all the classes I have on Teachable. It's got to be at least 200 plus hours at this point and counting, because I'm adding more every month. I would like to gift that to Samson Nadia and Zaina Belly Dancer. Thank you guys so much for participating and for being here today. I know both of you signed in at some point, so I'm super excited. Grateful for you too. Thank you. So all you need to do, just send me a DM and send me your email address, and I'll email you the information to grab your month of online classes for free as a little thank you from me. My gratitude for your gratitude, yeah? And I will see you all next Tuesday. If you happen to straddle the fence and are a Facebook user as well, I'll be on Facebook on Saturday at 7 p.m. for another 30 to Thrive. They're typically different. Kind of depends on what's giving me joy that day is what I share with you all. So hope to see you guys on Saturday at 7 on Facebook and back here on Instagram at 2 p.m. next Tuesday for another 30 to Thrive and some belly dance. In the meantime, please take care. Please stay safe. And whatever you do, don't stop dancing. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye, Zaina. Bye, Wendy. See you guys next time.